Welcome to the girls. On today's show, you're going to learn how a mother's intuition helped save her infant daughter's life and how this little inspiration is still affecting everyone's life around her.
Yes, she is a little cutie patootie. We'll introduce you to our guest coming up in just a bit.
Well, we're talking about inspirations today, Janine, and I was thinking about it the other day. What the heck ever inspired you to run a half marathon? It's like you were never a runner in school. You never did that as a kid. And all of a sudden you decided to run this half marathon, which you did and accomplished, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. But what was like the drive behind all that? I don't understand it.
Well, it was a New Year's resolution and a goal, and you know, when someone says I can't do something, I always thank them for it because they said, oh, you'll never be able to do that, you can't do that. So then I proved them wrong.
Oh,
so that's why I kind of started with that, and then I liked running, and you know, with a fitness thing, I guess.
A fitness thing. Well, did you notice a difference?
Not really. I was fit while I was doing the halves, but I really didn't notice any weight loss from that.
Yeah. Well, where did you draw your inspiration? Just from them saying you can't?
Yeah. I think when people say you can't do something, it gives you that energy to say, I can.
Oh, I don't think you can clean my house.
No, I can't. I definitely can't clean your house.
I don't think you could come and help me clean out my basement either.
Oh my goodness.
Well, I draw a lot of inspiration from people around me. And the inspiration, I guess, when you guys were growing up was just seeing how you and Sam, you know, always tackled things and were able to do so many things. You had so many more opportunities than I did when I was a kid. And nowadays, the kids with the computers and everything that they have, they just inspire me to keep learning. I mean, I was behind with technology, and it just, you know, inspired me. If these little kids could do it, they're born and right away they just know how to use the keyboard. So I get inspired by that, and I learn a lot of things from it.
I think you hit the nail on the head. The children, especially your own children, they put everything in, you know, so simple. Adults, we complicate everything, and we see all the shades of gray, where children, you ask them a question and they give you the honest answer. They don't give you the politically correct answer. Exactly. They just say, Mom, that's a terrible outfit, or Mom, that's a terrible friend, or Mom, or Dad. So I think children inspire us. We're going to see today on the show how an 18-month-old little girl really is an inspiration. We have her coming up on the show. She is a toddler who is a double amputee. She's touched many lives, and I actually got the opportunity, the honor of meeting Aubrielle Marsilio and her mother in January. So when we come back, we're going to introduce you to Aubrielle and her mom Morgan, and you could find out today how her mom actually saved her life. Stay with us here on The Girls. On today's The Girls Show, we're talking about what inspires you. We have some inspiring guests, and one is a toddler who is a double amputee. I actually got the chance to meet her in early 2015. We're joined with her mom, Morgan Marsilio, and today you are going to meet Aubrielle. Aubrielle is, as I said, 18 months old, and we're going to learn today how Morgan actually saved her daughter's life here on The Girls.
Right. Well, little Aubrielle was diagnosed with bacterial meningitis, and we're going to find out how the mother's intuition was able to save this baby's life. Only 10,000 Americans, could you imagine, Janine, out of 390 people who live here are diagnosed with this disease every year. So it is quite rare. And it's very astonishing that you were able to pick up the symptoms on them, because in an adult, I mean, an adult could complain about the stiff neck and some of the other symptoms. It's much easier. But in a baby, it's just like, she can't say, Mommy, I don't feel well, or my neck hurts, or whatever. So what did you notice? I mean, what happened that day that you were able to pick this up and know that something was wrong?
Well, the night before she went to the hospital, she was acting out of sorts. She was a bit crabby, you know, so we kind of thought it would be teething. So we gave her Tylenol, and she went right back to bed. So The next morning she got up kind of early and she just wasn't acting her normal self. She was kind of just distraught, and so we gave her more Tylenol, and she played a little bit and then went back to bed. She took a nap on my chest. We just fell asleep, and I had a jacket on, and she woke up and she had a little mark on her forehead, and I was just like, oh, okay, from the zipper on the jacket. So I put her down and I went to get her bottle, and I came back and I looked at her stomach and she had another little spot. And then I went to change her diaper and she had a couple more little spots in her diaper area. So, we knew that just wasn't right. Why would there be these little purple spots on our child? So we packed her up. I mean, within 10 minutes we were out the door in the car and on our way to Wilkes-Barre. We went to Wilkes-Barre-Geisinger and they did blood work. They were very concerned. They really didn't know. So when the blood work came back, they thought it might be leukemia, which is just as much of a scare, if not worse. So they life flighted her right to Danville-Geisinger because it was the closest children's hospital. And, she was all swollen. She had these purple spots from head to toe at this point. It was very scary. And thankfully, though, they have dealt with other cases of this and they knew exactly what it was. So they were able to treat her and give her the antibiotics and get that in her system right away. And really, they just saved her life. I mean, as soon as we got there, her blood pressure had just dropped to the point like she was in septic shock, and they had to put like a line in just to get medication in, as quick as possible.
Meningitis, there are several different kinds, and she had bacterial, which affects the blood. It's a blood poisoning, a blood sepsis, as you said. How old was she at the time?
She was 6 months.
6 months old. So from 6 months until now, what has happened with her medical condition? What happened to her?
She did have her legs amputated because with the meningitis she had, there's no blood flow to your limbs, so there was just nothing circulating in her legs and her fingertips on her left hand, so she had to have them amputated, but she has learned to adapt awesome. I mean, she crawls around, she can do pretty much anything a normal kid can do. She's still learning how to walk, but once she gets there and she gets and understands, everything, I think she's just going to take off and do amazing things.
She already has touched so many lives, and just meeting Aubrielle, like when I met you and we did some TV appearances to promote the concert, the benefit concert that we all did for her, and the outpour from this community. It's amazing when you meet her. There's something really special about Aubrielle. She has $1 million smile. She is just one of those kids that can light up a room, and she just touches your life, and I don't want to give her up. I want to take her home with me because she's so precious.
She is.
To see everything that this child has gone through and to see her progress and to see, your support with her and your family's support is really admirable of you. I know that you're in your 20s, and to be put into that situation, and moms out there or dads or guardians who might be dealing with an issue with their son or daughter or a child that they have in foster adoption care, what would you say to them as far as dealing with some kind of condition like this?
I mean, there's definitely moments where it's not easy, and the worst part about it is actually see your child in pain or struggle, but it does get easier. It takes time, but it does, and children they amaze you and what they can do and how quickly they learn, and it's just an amazing thing to see them grow no matter what they're going through.
Well, she has 2 prosthetic legs, as you told us before we were speaking with you. And now, how is she adjusted with those?
I mean, at first it was a fight and a struggle, and she hated it. She got them when she was about a year old, so she really just didn't understand why we were putting these on her. And at that point, she was crawling, and they keep her from crawling, so that just frustrated her. But now, she's getting there. If we hold on to her, she does take steps. She thinks it's funny to chase people and walk, and Balance is definitely the hardest part for her, but she's getting there, and she's definitely gonna pick up on it, pretty fast now that she's happier about it.
You hit on some of the handicaps that she will have to deal with throughout her life, but what are some of the others? Because when we see pictures of her and when you'll meet Aubrielle coming up, she has, facial issues to deal with, her scalp, her fingers, and obviously her legs.
She, from the blistering, the purple marks they blistered after she had them, they caused scars throughout her body. She has to get laser scar treatments because the scars are so thick, the scar tissue isn't comfortable for her. So the laser treatments help with the discomfort, and they'll help with the appearance of them. And so really, I mean, that's getting better. Her legs, she's learning how to walk with and without the prosthetics. That's definitely going to be a struggle, but she's getting through that. Her hand, she has a good bit of use in it. Just her middle finger, she doesn't have any movement in, but everything else she does, and she picks things up, and she can throw a ball, and she's really adapting. It's almost like it's not even happening. Like, she's just amazing.
She's learning how to talk now too. And what's her favorite word?
No,
of course.
No. Yeah.
No.
And of course, Daddy.
Oh yeah, dad. Hi, dad. That's her favorite. I mean, she hears him come down the steps, and she doesn't even see him yet. She's like, hi, dada. She's waving. I mean, she's just the happiest little baby ever.
Well, she has a great personality. I mean, she's very funny.
She does.
She's very funny. She includes everybody in the room, and she makes sure that she must be used to going out and being sociable, because she just includes everyone in the room.
She loves people. I mean, she gets mad like when she's in the house for too long. Like, she wants to be social. She wants to hang out with people, and when she sees other kids, she goes nuts. She loves other kids.
And that's also great that you involve her. This is a part of her life. You don't keep her in a little cocoon. No. You actually engage in other people, in the community, in doing activities, and I think that's why she is so bubbly and outgoing.
I mean, we're not embarrassed or anything of the situation, and it's better to be out and have people see, how normal, she really is, and, may help other people in the future that are going through something like this, that, it's okay, and people understand, and, they accept her for who she is. It's not all about that she doesn't have legs. It's her great personality. That's the most important thing.
Well, she's shown us, just from the short time that I met her, today was the first time I did, and she just showed me that nothing's stopping her. I mean, she moved across this floor faster than I could run after her.
I know.
And so she really gets along very, very well. We're going to be bringing her up in the next segment. Excuse me, she's out keeping Annie entertained right now, and she is going to come on, and we're going to talk with you a little bit more about how you're coping. And if you're watching this and thinking, well, thank goodness you don't have this, but how would you like to help? We're going to let you know how you could help as well. Stay with us.
Welcome back to The Girls. If you're just tuning in, our guests today are inspiring us, and we have Morgan Marsilio and her cute little daughter, Aubrielle Marsilio. She is a double amputee. She is a little cutie patootie, and you're going to meet her today on The Girls. We're going to have her on in just a bit. But you know what toddlers are? They like to crawl around, so we're going to wait, right? Give Mom a little break.
Yeah, she's definitely a handful. She's all over the place. She's climbing the table.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
An active baby is a great baby.
Yes, she keeps me busy, definitely.
Okay, so Aubrielle, where is she today as far as her development with, dealing and surviving bacterial meningitis?
She's doing very well at this point. Medically, she's fine. There's nothing wrong. She's not sick by any means. She just has the amputee, and she is learning how to use her prosthetics. She's doing well at this point now that she likes them and is starting to figure out what they're there for. She's just she's developing well. You know, she talks and she plays and she's pretty much just like any other little kid.
Does she require special therapy? Does she go to classes, or what
Yes,
does she
we
need?
have at-home therapy. We tried to do a different therapy like at the wellness center, and it just was hard because it would always be like during a nap time, or she just wouldn't cooperate with
I feel
the
that way
people.
about with my nap time too.
Yeah, I know.
It's usually
tough.
around 2 o'clock
Yeah.
and I take a nap.
I know, if only it were that easy.
Exactly.
But so we do early intervention, and that's like a government-based therapy. And her therapist, she is the same person that comes to the house twice a week, and she works with Aubrielle. I mean, Aubrielle just loves her. The second she leaves, she starts crying. Like
Who doesn't Aubrielle love? That kid meets you and she just gives you that smile that you just, she loves everybody.
She gets very attached to people very easily, which is great. You know, it's nice that she's not shy and she's not backing away from everybody. I mean, with all that she went through, you would think she'd be scared. Like, she goes to the doctor's office and she's like, oh, hey, you know,
waving
like,
everybody.
Yeah, like she
That's the
doesn't even
amazing thing
remember.
about a child, though. It's that they're so innocent, they don't know. So to her, this is all natural.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
she had nothing else to compare with.
And you don't treat her as she has a disability.
No, I mean, if you give her boundaries, then she's going to have boundaries to everything. So we just let her run amok. I mean, she's climbing this, going up this and that.
exploring.
Yeah, so we just let her, and, you know, definitely with everything she does, it builds up all that extra muscle she needs, and we just let her be free, you know?
Now, you had to actually give up your job and stay home full time
Yes.
with Aubrielle. Talk about, you know, the medical expenses that are really behind what she has.
It's definitely hard. I mean, there's just the regular household bills that have to get paid. And then, you know, her therapy, her doctor's appointments, you know, that's constant. Her prosthetics, you know, we now are looking into trying to get her like a walker to help with the balance issue. You know, it's always one thing or another. There's always adjustments to the prosthetics to help with her balance and, you know, fitting.
Her laser treatments. for
Laser
her eye.
treatments, yes, that's every 8 to 12 weeks. You know, we go see doctors just everywhere, you know, back at the rehab, back at the hospital, just new doctors.
So will this be ongoing for the rest of her life?
Yes,
Okay.
I mean, she's always going to have different prosthetics and different things, you know, there's different surgeries she could have, you know, to fix things cosmetically and stuff throughout her life. You know, there's always going to be something.
Right, and
She's
as
a
she
little girl.
grows, everything's going to change on her body as well. So as you mentioned, new prosthetics. Have there been any foundations that have reached out to you that you've been involved in, or any outreach support groups or anything that have helped you with other people with amputations?
As far as amputations, not really, but there has been a lot of just foundations that have helped us as far as fundraisers and just donations in general. You know, there's just been support everywhere. There's complete strangers that, you know, they just want to help. Everybody wants to help her.
Right, that's where our audience who's watching, they can always come and they could donate to your foundation. And there is a Facebook page, is it
Yes.
Aubrielle?
Team Aubrielle Rose.
Team Aubrielle
Yes.
Rose.
And you have a GoFundMe account.
Yes, and then that's on the Aubrielle,
page.
yeah, on the Facebook page for Aubrielle.
Okay, well, let's bring Aubrielle on because we have a little something for her as well.
Yes.
And here she is. Without further ado, we have Aubrielle joining the set, right? She's like, here I am.
Exactly.
Here I
It's like,
am.
here I am.
Here I am, right? And we got her some little gifts. Aubrielle, we got you a Minnie Mouse before she opened it, right? Because that's her favorite.
Yes. Oh, yes. What'd you get?
And we got her a little gift. Can we open your gift? Because we know that you like Minnie Mouse so much. She likes the paper the best, like any child.
Yeah.
Exactly. She could probably
She
put
likes
it
to
in the
put
bag.
it back too. She likes to clean up her mess usually.
That's good. That changes too.
Yeah.
What do you think? What's in there? What did you get?
Uh-oh.
Pretty.
Oh, you're gonna put it on now?
Exactly.
If you see all
She's
of her
putting it on.
pictures too on your Team Aubrielle Rose page, you do a pretty good job on dressing this kid up. She loves to be in full bling. she would be a great host on The Girls, Aubrielle.
Well, she's taken over here, I could tell you that. Everybody was just going up to Aubrielle. Forget us. It was just Aubrielle.
That's how it should be,
She'll be
Aubrielle.
giving you her autograph soon.
Yes. So we want people to know that she is a healthy little baby girl now, right?
Yes.
Aubrielle, and she is very active, as you see. She's been crawling around the set. We just don't want her to get hurt. Her favorite word is no. She loves Minnie Mouse. What else?
What else? What else? She's a handful for Mom.
Oh yes, Dada. I mean, she just talks. She babbles a lot, but she did learn last night. So maybe we'll get.
Oh, that's
And patty
good.
cake. She loves
Patty cake.
Patty cake, right?
She loves to dance. She is a dancer. I mean, she hears the Littlest tune and she's throwing out the moves. I don't know where she got that from. Definitely wasn't me.
This little girl is inspiring, and we want everyone to know that they can go to the GoFundMe. They can go to Team Aubrielle Rose on Facebook. She is going to do amazing things. Not only here, aren't you? Right? You are?
Yes.
She's saying hello. She is. She's going to do amazing things. She's touched a lot of people's lives. And she has that $1 million smile.
And Morgan, you're going on. You were inspired by this yourself. You're starting school, and you have class right after this. So we're going to
Yes.
get ready to release you here.
Yes.
You're started class for nursing.
Yes, yeah, definitely inspired by her and a lot of hands-on learning with her. You know, with all the at-home nursing that I had done with her, it definitely is a good field to go into. That's how I feel, at least.
Very good. Well, Aubrielle, thank you. We're going to end with patty cake. Let's say bye-bye. Can you say bye-bye? Bye-bye.
What an inspiration. We'll see you next time.